All right, here we go. Today we have one of the hottest new Chicago rappers, Bloodhound Q50. Welcome to Vlad TV.
How you doing?
I'm good, man. You're buzzing right now.
Yeah.
How does it feel?
I don't really got no comment. Like, it feel good, I guess. I don't really got the time to process. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. It's like a roller coaster in the beginning.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Exactly. All right, well, it's your first time here. I want to start at the very beginning. So, you're originally born in Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
What part?
I'm from over east.
Okay. But then you end up moving to Gary, Indiana?
Mm-hmm.
Like at what age?
I don't know. It was like I was back and forth. Like my grandma had a crib, which I call my mama. She had a crib out there. And shit, my whole family was like interact. So you know what I'm saying? It's like I go out there, come to school out here, and then like it's like back and forth, like however I feel, I guess, for whoever I feel like going at the moment. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, now your mom had you when she was really young.
Yeah.
Like how old was she?
My mama, like my biological mama, she was like 16, 17.
Okay, so she was still in high school.
Exactly. So I had to go with my grandma 'cause she was, you know what I'm saying? You know how that go.
Right. Now, your dad, you didn't meet him until a little bit later.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so what was that situation about?
I met him, it was like any other person meeting their parent, you know what I'm saying? Like it was like the little cries and shit like that. Then like later on it get back to how it was before. Like that shit ain't really getting nowhere. Like, you know what I'm saying? He ain't keep his word. You know, that's regular shit though.
Well, you were 11 years old when you first met your dad?
I think I was probably like 13, like 12, 13. I don't know, probably 11 though. I don't remember the exact age. I ain't gonna lie, but it was around that time though. You about right.
Okay, so when you first met him, were you like, oh wow, like he looks like me, this is my dad? It was kind of a, that type of feeling?
It was like, damn, like, you know what I'm saying? But then it's like, yeah, you can say something like that, but it wasn't no like, this, you know what I'm saying? It was just like, all right, that's what it is.
Well, I guess your dad said that your mom kept him from you, which is why he wasn't around.
Yeah, that was the story. But I don't really know how true that is.
I mean, do you believe him at all, or do you think he just was doing his own thing?
It's like it wasn't really like, did I believe him or not believe him? It was just like, all right, you know what I'm saying? I ain't fought my mama for it either though. Like it wasn't like, 'cause I don't know if he lying or she lying. Like I never know the real truth between it, 'cause like it's like he say, she say.
I mean, up to that point when you were like 11, 12, were you asking your mom about your dad?
Hell no.
Hadn't met him.
Nah, hell no.
Nah?
Nah, I ain't get no fuck. Hell no. I had father figures from when I was a kid, you know what I'm saying? So it's like I never really was missing that connection to give a fuck about if I know him or not. For all I know is that, you know what I'm saying, he could have been dead for all I gave a fuck. It is what it is.
I mean, at the time you feel that way, but as you get older, do you think like your feelings change, or you still feel the same way right now?
Yeah, I feel even more like on that, like how, like basically I stand on that word even more now. Like it is what it is. I don't really get no fuck, and I ain't really looking to give a fuck either.
I mean, as you started to get kind of more known, and your songs started to circulate, did he try to come around or congratulate you or anything?
Nah, hell nah. It wasn't none of that going on.
Well, listen, man. As a dad myself, I'm gonna say that he missed out.
Yeah, that's how I be looking at like when I had kids. You know what I'm saying? I'm big on that, like my little sisters, my little brothers, my little cousins, nieces, nephews, shit like that. Like I'm big on, you know what I'm saying, being around. I don't know shit like that. Like a nigga not taking care of their kid. I don't know shit like that.
Yeah, that shit is lame.
Yeah, you know that.
Okay, now you and Lil Jeff are cousins.
Mm-hmm.
When did you guys first start linking up?
I say it was like towards as we getting older, everybody like, you know what I'm saying, figuring out themselves, you know what I'm saying? I don't know the exact age, but motherfucker, like, that's when, at the age when you starting to figure out what you want to do with life, you know what I'm saying? But it ain't like high school, and I don't know how to really explain it. How you see I'm getting at?
Okay, so you're going to school, and initially you were really into basketball.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, were you like one of the best kids in the school?
I ain't really never get to play school ball because I was always like getting suspended and shit like that. My grades fucked up, behavior fucked up. So like school team, it was over with for that. But I played AU and shit. But hey, I was raw as hell.
Okay, so you're going to school, and in 6th grade, you end up getting expelled.
Mm-hmm.
And it was kind of a crazy situation.
Yeah. You say that again?
Explain it. Explain what happened.
Oh shit. I took a BB gun from like one of the kids in my neighborhood type shit. Took it to school. I'm showing it off in school and shit. Now it's time to go home. It was a little female I ain't liking shit. I ended up popping her ass with the gun. And then like she told on me, but she did it slick as hell. Like she told at the point where I won't see her again, you know what I'm saying? So like yeah, that's what happened then shit. You know that when I told my mama like, man, they told me I had a BB gun, but I'm playing slow. Now she ended up finding like the job bullets in the garbage can. So like she knew I was lying. I'm trying to tell her they lying on me, you know what I'm saying? But then she ended up finding the job little green pellet bullets. And then that's how she knew like it was some truth to it. But that was probably one of the best years of my life. I got expelled and got to stay home and play the game. That shit was fun as hell. And then on top of that, I already passed school, so it's like shit, I'm going to the next grade regardless. So shit, I just gave a nigga an early summer break.
I mean, look, you're still a kid in 6th grade, but you know bringing a BB gun to school.
Yeah, I know right from wrong.
I mean, you're old enough to know that.
Yeah. Well, 6th grade, I was probably, how old you was in 6th grade? I was like 11, 12.
Yeah, like 12.
Yeah, because I know I was always like a year younger than everybody in my class. So it's like whatever age it was, I was a year younger than that.
So you get expelled out of 6th grade, and then what happens next?
Shit, it was over. It's very like I told you, early summer break. I'm going to the next grade. I ain't had to do no alternative program and shit like that. I did 7th grade and 8th grade, I did alternative programs. But now 6th grade, it was like, it is what it is. I had like, then 7th grade, I had to sign like a little form, like if I make a paper gun, if I make any guns, like if I do this, anything like that, it's over with. You know what I'm saying? For me to come back to school the next year.
Okay, and then didn't your mom take you out of school in 8th grade because you're about to get expelled again?
Yeah.
What was that over?
Just getting in trouble and shit, and then it's like a little finesse. Basically, like if she would draw me before they could expel me, then it ain't really gonna count towards shit. You know what I'm saying? So like that's what she did. She withdrew me before they could expel me. She withdrew me like what that was like damn near 2 weeks or something before type shit.
Okay, so then you end up going to high school in Indiana.
Yeah.
Okay. And it was like a alternative school at one point?
No, 9th grade. I did 9th grade, then you gotta think about it. After 9th grade, COVID hit. So sophomore, junior year, I ain't go to school. So I did my freshman year. Sophomore, junior year is online school. Then senior year is back in school. That's when COVID was doing type shit.
Okay, so now you're back in high school and a situation happens with some other kids at school over a girl.
Yeah.
So what happens?
Shit, exactly how you just said it. A little situation over a little female, shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Then on top of that, it's like senior year. It's like I ain't really kicking it with niggas for real, so it's like I'm really dolo. But you know what I'm saying? I got little hoes and shit I'm with in school, niggas I'm cool with, but I'm really dolo on that bitch. So like, you know what I'm saying? That's how that went. End of school came. You know what I'm saying? End of school came. They approached me. I'm looking like, man, I ain't finna get none of these niggas a chance to swing out with me. That shit over with. So I pushed the issue and it went like that. You know what I'm saying? I knew I was gonna come with that shit, but you know what I'm saying? That's just the type of nigga I am. I ain't finna get nobody a chance to do shit first. Like, you know what I'm saying? If anything, they gonna be doing something back to me. You know what I'm saying?
Right. You got jumped by a bunch of dudes.
Yeah.
Hey man, listen, it happens to all of us. You know, at one point, when it's happened to me, I mean, at one point you're just outnumbered. What are you gonna do? It doesn't matter how tough you are.
Yeah, it's school shit. That shit ain't really, that don't define who you is, shit, it's school.
Right. I mean, the only problem is that at the era you were doing it in, they had camera phones, so they recorded it and put it out.
Yeah, that's good. Then it's crazy. Cause it was crazy because it was niggas I'm cool with was around at the time. I ain't you bitch ass nigga, I just sat there. But I ain't the type of nigga to plead for. I don't get no fuck that shit. It's cool. You know what I'm saying? You got then it's like what made it's like, you know what I'm saying? I know the most toughest niggas in my life got jumped. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I'm looking at that shit like, all right, it's cool. That's little shit.
Okay, so then you ended up graduating from high school.
Yeah, I graduated from now that's when I graduated from that's when they gave me alternative school throughout my whole senior year. So like my senior year, I'm dishing motherfuckers out. But then around this time I'm getting money and shit, so I'm dishing motherfuckers out. You know what I'm saying? Cause like online school, I can't have no contact with nobody. I can't talk to nobody. So with that being said, I can't talk to no teachers. I can't join online class. I can't do none of that shit. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? It's really just like get on, do the work, get off. So I'm dishing motherfuckers out to do that. You know what I'm saying? So I don't really got to do no work and shit. Shit like that, I end up graduating.
Okay, so you graduate and then you start going to Chicago more often around this time?
Nah, I was always like back and forth. It just like got to the point where I fuck school is like, that's what it is, you know what I'm saying? Basically like, you know what I'm saying? That's when, I don't know how to really explain it, but it's like, I school out the way, you know what I'm saying? I did that shit for my mama, did what I did, you know what I'm saying? Kept my word. You know how that shit go.
Okay, so now you've graduated high school. Are you planning on going to college or doing anything else at this point, or
no? Hell no. I ain't gonna lie, since 6th grade, I knew I wasn't going to college. I ain't gonna lie, I'm like, I know that shit over with. Cause what the fuck I'm gonna go to college for? You know what I'm saying? What is I'm good at in college, you know what I'm saying? And then on top of that, you know, I just told you how school went, so it's like, I ain't really get to learn shit for real, so it's like, at this point, I'm gonna be relearning school shit. If I go to college, that shit's gonna be goofy. I'm wasting, you know what I'm saying, wasting time, wasting life.
Okay, you're 18 years old, high school graduate.
Nah,
I mean, what was the plan?
I was 17.
17, okay,
yeah.
17 years old, high school graduate. Like, what was your plan in terms of making money at that point?
It's like I had my little ways of making money while I was in school, so it's like I ain't do shit but continue to keep doing that and just going harder type shit. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so let's talk about the whole Bloodhound thing. So were you Bloodhound in high school or that happened afterwards?
Nah, that's just my rap name.
Just your rap name?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, because Bloodhound is about 10 years old.
Damn, I mean, I was, what, 10?
Yeah, when it first started, is what they say. You know, right around the drill wave that first happened in Chicago, that's when Bloodhound first came about.
Damn, I didn't know that. You teaching me some shit.
But you're saying that's just your rap name?
Yeah, that's just my rap name.
Okay, but right around 2022, things started getting kind of hectic.
2022,
Yeah, I mean, Bloodhound and a bunch of other crews in that area started to, you know, have problems and, you know, violence started to break out.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, were you getting in trouble around that time or were you kind of out of the way?
No, I always been out the way. I'm still out the way. I was out the way for sure.
Okay. So the Q50 name, how did that come about?
Shit. I like, you know what I'm saying? I like Infinities. That always been my favorite type of car. And then shit, my name. So like that shit just came about, you know what I'm saying?
All right, because your name is Quell?
Yeah.
Okay, so why the 50?
It's like, you see what I'm saying? You see the connection, like an Infinity Q50. You know what I'm saying? Like, you see the connection, you see what I'm getting at? Like that's how it came about.
All right, so were you Q50 before you started rapping?
Yeah.
Okay, so in terms of your crew, you know, people around you, Lil Jeff and Vert, Who first started rapping?
Vert. It was always Vert. Yeah, that was the meal ticket for and shit and JB. But like, yeah, out of my crowd, it was Vert.
Right. And there's also School.
Yeah, but like I said, Vert been rapping for a little minute.
Okay. So Vert is taking it seriously. School is taking it seriously. Are you and Lil Jeff taking it seriously at that point or no?
Hell nah.
All right. Because in 2023, that's when you first started rapping?
I'd say I'd say yeah, like you could say that, but I'd say like start taking seriously 2024. But like 2023, I'll make a little song, like, you know what I'm saying, a little song or two, a Lil Jeff fucking around and shit like that. Never really thought that shit, like, you know what I'm saying, like, I ain't never make songs to drop it or to get views or to get, it was just like some little fucking around shit, some shit everybody do, you know what I'm saying? So like, yeah.
Well, the first song you dropped was Big 3.
Yeah.
All right. When you made that, were you like, all right, I'm going to start taking this shit seriously or
hell nah,
mess around?
Like I told you, just fucking around. Just wanted to do some shit because it was like, you know what I'm saying, looked at fun type shit, you know what I'm saying? But I ain't never really, my goal wasn't like to get rich out rap or to get even paid out rap, you know what I'm saying? That's why you see none of that shit was on Distro Kid. I ain't really, you know what I'm saying? I never even knew you could get paid out that shit. I never asked a question like, for why we ain't getting paid out this shit? I never really gave a fuck, you know what I'm saying? It's just, like you said, fucking around.
All right, so you drop Big 3, and then you drop Coffin.
Yeah.
Okay. But you're still not taking it seriously.
Yeah. Still not taking it serious.
Now, is Lil Jeff taking it seriously by this point?
Nope.
Okay. But, you know, you said kind of early on that you felt like Lil Jeff was like the main character. Explain that.
Yeah. It wasn't really like, no, how can I explain? That's just how brother was. Like, you know what I'm saying? He always was like the main character, you know what I'm saying? I don't really know this, like, how can I explain? Like, all right, the Migos, Quavo the main character out of them, you see what I'm saying? It was like that type shit. But it ain't really shit he doing or portraying to be the main character. That's just how that shit is. Like, you know what I'm saying? You know how every group got the main character shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you said a lot of dudes don't like when their man is the main character. I like my big brother as the main character, and you always believed that Lil Jeff was gonna buzz quickly.
Yeah, exactly. Like I had faith in him. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, he could do this shit. Cause like, look, the reason I can say that he know how to rap. I'm like, I like it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
Was he seeing the vision already, or is it more like you are telling him like, yo, you're gonna be big, and he's not really seeing it?
I'd say it's something like that. It was just like we out here together type shit. So I'm telling like, man, that shit raw as hell. But like, I don't know, like I can't really say what he thought, like, cause that ain't shit we really talked about. Like, man, you can see yourself, like, we ain't never really talk about shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
What's the age difference between you and Jeff?
Lil Jeff, what, 22, 23? I'm 20.
Okay, it's like 2-3 years.
Yeah.
Well, then in 2023, as you're kind of dabbling in rap, your cousin Z Money gets killed.
Right.
How close were you?
Shit, you see this shit on my face. Shit, you know how that explains a lot. We was real close.
Oh, you actually have Z Money on your...
Yeah, it's right here.
Right there.
Yeah.
Over your eyebrow.
Yeah.
Okay. Was that the first person that you were close to that got killed?
Due to the streets. Like, I had cousins and shit that got killed to this shit, but yeah, like, a person that was my everyday, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, that was the first heartbreak. Hell yeah, I can say that.
How old was he at the time?
Then how old he was? I think like 24.
Damn.
Yeah.
Damn. Okay. I mean, when you found that out, like, how badly did it hit you?
I ain't really like I told you, it's my first heartbreak, so I don't really know how to feel. I'm just like, damn, like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's how it really is, like, damn. How the fuck to react, like, I don't know what to do.
I mean, did you cry when you heard the news?
Hell yeah. Nah, it ain't hit me till Like I'd probably say like when I got by myself, like, you know what I'm saying? It ain't really hit me. Like it wasn't like as the day I ain't probably cried like probably that night or like the next morning type shit, like waking up like damn, that shit real. Like that shit wasn't no dream. You know, like after a loss, when you like your first time going to sleep, you wake up like damn, I hope this shit ain't real. Then you wake up, the reality hits you, like, you know what I'm saying? Like damn, this shit real. Like this ain't no dream, it's real life. You know what I'm saying?
Well, after Z Money gets killed, did the police investigate? Was the person ever arrested? Anything else like that?
I don't know. I don't really. This is they don't know who killed him. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a lot of rumors and shit like that, but I don't really know who exactly killed him or exactly what hood did it. You know what I'm saying?
If tomorrow they announced that the guy that killed your cousin has been arrested and is being charged with murder, would that make you feel some type of way?
Nah, not for real. I'd just be like, damn, free him. I don't like to see nobody go through that type of shit, even though it's done to my people, but I don't wish jail on nobody.
Okay, but then a situation happens with you where you get shot in the leg.
Right.
Describe what happens.
Shit. I ain't gonna lie, from that day, I kind of like blacked out, but kind of found out I think that shit was like mistaken identity. Like I don't think I was the intended target. You know what I'm saying? Cause like shit around that time, I ain't never really did shit to nobody to get shot. You know what I'm saying? So it's like what the fuck? But shit, that's what come with being. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of people I know throughout my life that got shot that was like me, ain't did shit to nobody.
No, I've interviewed a bunch of people that got shot for mistaken identity and so forth. That does happen a lot, unfortunately.
Exactly.
Okay, that's the first time you ever got shot?
Yeah.
Had you been shot at before?
Nah, hell no.
Okay, so
it done been times when like I done been around like and seen, you know what I'm saying, like heard shots and shit like that, but I was never ever the intended target again, shot none of that shit.
Well, look, I know people that got shot in the leg and died.
Right.
Like I know people that
Yeah, me
like,
too.
You have no idea. Once you get shot, you know, like look at, you know, young Scooter, for example. You know, he was running from the police, he breaks his leg and he dies from breaking his leg.
That's how that happened?
Trying to jump a fence. That's how it happened, yeah. This
is the first time I really heard the real story. I ain't know he broke his leg. I ain't know that's how that happened.
Yeah, no, what happened was he was at these apartments and some girl who was on baddies ends up, you know, basically calling the police and making up a story saying, oh, there's a girl that's being dragged naked or something. You know, it was a false call. The police show up. Young Scooter starts to run. He jumps over the fence, breaks his leg, and the way he breaks it, he ends up bleeding to death.
Mm-hmm.
And now the girl got arrested, and now she's being charged with I'm not sure what. But I mean, yeah. I mean, you have all types of crazy situations, you know.
Yeah, that's crazy. I thought he got shot.
Start out minor that turn into the worst possible situation.
Right.
When you got shot, did you think like, yo, like I might die right now?
That ain't really going through my head. My number one, what I know, number one rule in life I stand on is don't panic. You know what I'm saying? So I know like when you panicking, shit can happen. Even without me being shot. Say I'm panicking, say I start panicking right now, anything can happen just off, that's how life is, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, but like my number one rule, don't panic. So in that situation, I ain't panic. You know what I'm saying? I applied pressure to my wound and shit. I was all right.
Wait, you actually applied pressure to your own gunshot wound?
Yeah.
Damn. I mean, you really were staying calm during that. A lot of people would just go crazy.
Yeah, number one rule, like I said, don't panic. And that's a lot of people out there, y'all, that's me telling y'all, like, whatever happens, don't panic. Whatever, under no circumstance, don't panic. You're gonna be all right. Everything gonna be everything.
You get shot, ambulance comes, takes you to the hospital?
No, I was transferred to I was what the fuck that's called? It's called transfer to the hospital. Like, I was took to the hospital. I don't know who the fuck took me, but I know I know I ended up at the hospital, and then shit, everything was everything.
Well, right, they operate on you and take the bullet out, right?
Nah, the bullet's still in me. They couldn't take the bullet out. Like when
Really?
like when you go in and try to take the bullet out, like I said, they can't directly get to the bullet. If you know what I'm saying, it could be a bigger fuck up. So nah, yeah, the bullet still in me though.
I mean, do you feel it at all in your leg?
Hell nah. It's crazy. Nah, hell nah. I can feel I feel it in a place where like it seemed hard in my leg, but I don't know if that's the bullet or not. But you know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's still in me for sure, but I don't feel like moving, none of that shit.
Well, a lot of times you see like when people get shot and they can't take the bullet out over time, the body kind of just pushes it out.
Yeah.
Slowly kind of gets closer to the skin.
That's what I heard. That's what I heard was gonna happen eventually.
Well, I mean, in a shooting situation, the police usually show up at the hospital.
Right.
And you were questioned as to what happened.
Right.
What'd you tell them?
I don't know, shot me shit. Like I told you, I blacked out. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? And then shit, if y'all ever find a person that shot me, I don't want them charged. That's how that was. Cause like they asked you like, ooh, if this happened, do you want the person charged? No. And no, I don't know who shot me, and I don't want to cooperate. So it was left at that.
Okay. Well, that happens, you get out, and then you end up getting arrested for multiple counts of unlawful use of a weapon.
Right.
Is that still going on right now, or is that done?
Yeah, I'm on parole for it right now, but it's almost over with. I took my time for it.
What do they catch you with?
Yeah, 50. You sound like the charge?
Yeah, what was the charge? What exactly did
aggravated UUW. But it's like, I ain't never really understand it because I thought aggravated UUW unlawful use of weapon. I thought that mean you used the weapon. You see what I'm saying? Ain't that what that mean? If you get charged with that mean you used the weapon, right? Yeah, shit.
I'm not sure.
Nah,
I'm not
yeah,
sure.
Yeah, that's what I was told, but shit. But yeah, they hit me with that since my first charge. I got house arrest. Did house arrest for 4 months and some days. And then took my year 50. Year 50 means 6 months. 6 months in jail, 6 months on parole or probation. And then shit, my house arrest time counted towards jail time. So like, you know what I'm saying? When I took my time, I only had to do a month and some days in jail. And then shit, arrest parole.
I mean, you see different situations, right? Like, and I've interviewed a lot of people who have gotten shot, and I've interviewed people who got shot and ended up killing someone just because they didn't want to get shot again.
Right.
So, you know, and for example, if a white kid gets shot in the suburbs, they're gonna take him to therapy. You know, he's gonna meet with a psychologist. They're gonna try to deal with his PTSD and, you know, maybe take him out of school and so forth. But, you know, people in your situation, you get patched up and they throw you back out on the street again.
Right.
Do you feel like when you get out, you're paranoid that, you know, you got shot once, you don't want to get shot again? That's why you started carrying a gun, just for self-protection?
Nah, I ain't gonna lie. It's like, at that point, how that happened, the gun was found in a book bag. You know what I'm saying? So it's like the gun wasn't even on me shit. I don't really carry guns, you know what I'm saying? So it's like the gun wasn't even on me intentionally like that. Like it wasn't, you know what I'm saying? That wasn't even my book bag. So it's like, you feel me? Like, that ain't really like, only thing it made me do is just watch my surroundings. But as far as carrying a gun, hell nah, I still don't carry no gun. That shit over with. Cause like shit, you know what I'm saying? I don't got no reason to carry a gun.
Okay, so you end up taking the charge, you get house arrest.
Right.
By this point, is the music being taken more seriously?
Now at this point when I took house arrest, Lil Jeff was gone. He had died. So like at this point, now I'm stepping up to the plate for him, and yeah, now music starting to get too serious.
Okay, so let's talk about the situation. So you and Jeff are starting to rap, and the way you guys are rapping is a little bit different than most rappers.
Right.
Like, you talked about how you caught 8 bodies in some of your songs. Not that I'm saying it's true.
Right.
Not that I'm saying you caught any bodies, but you're rapping about this type of thing. Why do you think you felt like this was the way to go?
Shit, you know, it's like, how can I explain? A lot of rappers, just cause you're a rapper don't mean you gotta live what you rap. You see what I'm saying? That shit. So like basically, I'm just doing any other rapper doing shit. I ain't living with, you know what I'm saying? I'm making shit up, making that shit sound good. You see what I'm saying? It's just like all these other rappers. So like, that's why I be trying to see like what the fuck make me and my brother so different. That because we lying about the shit we rap about. That's what I know. That's what I know rappers will do. A lot of, you know what I'm saying, before I was rapping, these niggas fabricated. You know what I'm saying? Why I can't be fabricated? You feel me? So like that's how that shit was, and it sounded good. That's how.
Well, there was a situation that happened with two high school students, Monty and Lil Rob. They ended up getting killed, and some people were saying that Lil Jeff was behind it. But there's a dude named T Slick who ended up getting charged with a double murder. Do you know who T Slick is?
Hell nah.
Okay.
I've been around him a couple times, but hell nah, I ain't never really had no direct like friendship with him.
How do you feel about that whole situation?
I can't really speak on it because like that's their business, that's their case. I ain't got shit to do with it, so like I can't really speak on it for real. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. That's like regular shit. Speaking on somebody else's business, that's something I was taught not to do.
Well, you and Lil Jeff are doing your thing, and then on June 8th, 2024, Lil Jeff gets killed.
Right.
Leading up to that situation, did he feel like his life was in danger and, you know, something might happen, or?
Hell nah. You see, if you look, you see how he was living life in Cali, happy as hell. You know what I'm saying? We chilling, shit like that. Like, hell nah. Nobody really, I don't know nobody that live life expecting something to happen. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, Tupac, like always.
That's how he lived.
And I've entered. Yeah, like a lot of people I talked to that were close to him, you know, like my man Edie from the Outlaws and, you know, Mo Preem, you know, his stepbrother and so forth. Like, if you listen to Tupac's lyrics, he's always talking about death and dying. Like his last music video for I Ain't Mad at You, like he's in heaven. You know what I'm saying?
I know, like it ain't no AI, it's none of that shit. It's really him.
No. I mean, it's his last music video before he died. Right.
That was like the last video he shot before he died.
Yeah, exactly.
All right.
Exactly. And when I talked to people around him, they always said that he told everyone, like, I don't have much time here. I got to make these songs as quickly as possible because I don't have a lot of time. I got to hurry up. Like, was he in the studio with people? If a producer started taking too long to make a beat, he would kick him out and get another producer in.
See, that's crazy.
Like 20 songs.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
It's like the power of tongue. That shit, like, I was taught that shit powerful. So it's like, you got to watch what you say type shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't saying like that, like R.I.P. Tupac. But it's like he spoke this shit into existence. It's like he should have, like, I won't say what he should have did, but me personally, I practice good energy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I speak highly of a lot of shit. I manifest a lot of shit. I manifest, you know what I'm saying, wealth, health, shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So like, you'll never catch, like, you know, you feel me? You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so Bloodhound Jeff gets killed. Now, you had your cousin killed before, but it seems like you and Jeff were way closer.
Yeah, I could say that.
When you first heard the news of Jeff passing away, what did you think?
I didn't know how to really react. Like, I said that the first time, but like, this he more than a cousin. It's like my big brother. Like, this like my everyday. You know what I'm saying? Like. It's the nigga, we in the same household, you know what I'm saying? We waking up every day, popping out with each other. You feel me? Like this the nigga who got my back through whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like, he going against the whole world for me, it's vice versa, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, I ain't really know, like, I ain't gonna lie, that's, nah, I always say number one rule, don't panic, but that time I panicked, like, I was like, cause I was going crazy, like, I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Like, the fuck going on with me right now? Like, I don't know.
I mean, did you break down and cry when Jeff got killed?
Yeah. I ain't gonna lie. That's probably the most I ever cried in my life.
Really?
Yeah, yeah.
I'm sorry for your loss, because it seems like, I mean, aside from your close relationship, it seemed like Jeff was like one of the hottest like new rappers out of Chicago.
I'd say the hottest. Fuck, one of the hottest. I'd say he was the hottest. I'd say he still is the hottest. I ain't gonna lie. That man, like, it's like, this shit go deeper than Chicago. This shit like real rad now. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can, I say out of all these 50 states, there's at least one nigga in every state trying to be like Jeff. And I bet money. I bet every dollar I get to my name. I bet that there's one nigga in every state that want to be like Lil Jeff.
Well, when I interviewed Trench's News, he said that Lil Jeff tried to be like King Von.
I don't really know how to. I mean, they got similarities, but Lil Jeff ain't never want to be like nobody. Like, that was him. Like, as y'all can see, this shit ain't forced. This shit ain't acted. This shit ain't planned. That's just him. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I can't really say you want to be like nobody.
Well, after Jeff gets killed, Trap City Rob gets arrested for the murder of Jeff, but he doesn't get charged.
When that happened, like
now, you said you don't know who Trap City Rob is.
Hell no. That's why I said when that happened. Like, when did he get arrested? Type shit. Like, that was like after the fact, or like you know what I'm saying? I don't really got too much info on that.
I'm sorry, man. It's because I just saw how much Jeff was buzzing, and it just seemed like, you know, he was like the next one, like the next one to come out of Chicago. Like, he kind of had like all the boxes checked. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like everything around it, it seemed like, okay, like this is the next dude.
Right.
And at this point, you weren't really rapping seriously until he died?
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay. So after he died, that's when you were like, okay, I'm gonna start rapping?
Yeah, that's when I was like it was like around me, like I was always told, like, I gotta step up to the plate, you know what I'm saying? Cause at first I ain't even want to do that shit. I never really gave a fuck about rap, so like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I never really wanted to do this shit for real, I ain't gonna lie.
Well, you know, you said that ever since Jeff died, you've been battling with depression.
Yeah. And Lil School. Cause like, you know, Lil School was my actor, so that shit. When Lil Bro died, I ain't really had no tears to cry about that shit. That shit fucked me up even more. So it's like, yeah, that's like, it's life, you know what I'm saying? I deal with that shit, how I deal with that shit. I don't really need to talk to nobody about it. I don't really need to express, fuck that shit, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. I'll be all right.
Well, yeah, because, you know, you touched on this. Within a month of Lil Jeff getting killed, Lil School ends up getting killed also.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like one after another with you.
Exactly.
I mean, here you are, two of your close friends just died violently. Was there a feeling of like, you know, let me just move out of Chicago. Let me just go to Cali. Let me go to Atlanta. Let me go to Miami. Let me just get out of this environment because I might be next.
Even if I wanted to, I couldn't, because I was on house arrest, so it's like, fuck it. You know what I'm saying?
So you can't transfer your house arrest to a different state or anything else like that?
I don't really think I can, but I ain't really want to, like, you know what I'm saying? I just, like, I stay out them people's way as much as I can. So, like, if they want me to do this and that's what I gotta do, I'm gonna do it. I don't got no, not to say it like that, but when it comes to the police, I don't got no rebuttals, I don't got no remarks, I ain't talking back, I ain't doing shit. That's what y'all want me to do, fuck it, I'm gonna do it till, you know what I'm saying? So I get out y'all way and stay out y'all here. Y'all can stay out my shit, you know what I'm saying?
Now, YBC Duel, you guys knew each other.
Yeah.
And weren't you guys supposed to link up with him right before he died?
Yeah, he was finna fly to the rack, because I was on house arrest. He was finna fly to the rack, come bull with me and shit, you know what I'm saying? We go to the studio, shit like that.
Well, and he ends up getting killed. But, you know, after he dies, people start kind of going through his whole story, and you realize, like, he calls himself Mr. Disrespectful. He was dissing a bunch of his dead ops. I mean, he was actually at a cemetery. You know, it was like a skit, but he was like digging up someone's grave and so forth. When you looked at like his antics, what, you know, before he died, what did you think?
I ain't gonna lie, I ain't really like, I don't judge, you know what I'm saying? So like, if that's what broski do, that's what he do. But like I told you, how this rap shit go, everybody fabricated, including us. So you know what I'm saying? Like you said, that digging up grave shit was a skit. You know what I'm saying? So like that shit just, you know what I'm saying? Motherfucker do shit to make it look good. So I looked at broski like he want us type shit, you know what I'm saying? He's just like us, just from a different city. In his own way.
Yeah, man, listen, like hip hop has gotten crazy over the last 5 years. I mean, you know, Fulio, who I'd interviewed before, and me and him kept in touch. I mean, he was doing music videos in graves, holding up pictures of his dead enemies.
It's crazy out there. It's crazy. I was just on TikTok looking at, like, I was just on TikTok right before I came here, just bored as hell, just looking at shit. And I seen an interview with his mama. His mama said that shit was fake. So you see what I'm saying? She said he wasn't really at nobody's grave site. She said he was out of town when he did that. She got an interview saying that.
Okay, well, whether he's in town or out of town, he's still at a gravesite holding up pictures of dead people.
She said, yeah, right. But I'm going off his mama word shit, you know what I'm saying? But I ain't really look into that shit. This is my first time really looking into that shit. Like, I grew like, I fuck with the Jacksonville, like, they little movement and shit, cause like, you know what I'm saying? I fuck with all that shit. I listen to their music for sure.
Look, I've said this a couple times in interviews, like with the type of antics people are doing, you know, taking videos and grave sites and so forth, I think that someone is going to try to take it to the next level and actually dig up one of their enemies and actually open up a casket and like do a video with the corpse. Yeah, that's what is going to eventually happen.
Yeah, I was just going to say, I ain't seen that happen yet, but the nigga might, you know what I'm saying? But I won't encourage that. Me personally, I won't encourage no shit like that.
Well, yeah, I don't know if you've seen this video, but this was a while ago. I think it was in Chicago. It was a bunch of dudes like go into like a funeral home and actually take out the casket.
I think that was in New York.
Oh, was that New York?
I think it was. I remember that video though, and it was like the whole family and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that was in New York. I don't know, but I think it was. I remember that video though, but I think that was in New York.
Yeah, man. I'm just saying, like, when you're trying to out ignorant each other, like, you don't know what's going to happen next.
Exactly. Yeah, you're right.
Okay, so Jeff dies, and now you start releasing music. And Make It Far, was that the first song?
Yeah.
Okay. When you did that, did you think like, all right, like, now I got to take it seriously and I actually have an opportunity to do this for real?
Nah, when I did that, I kind of just like, all right, let's see how this shit go. You know what I'm saying? It was like one of those, like, let's see how this shit go type shit.
Well, the story gets a little fuzzy here, because was there another arrest that happened around this time?
Nah, basically how it was, anytime they see me get arrested, you know how people blow this shit out of proportion. All right, first time I really got arrested. Second time, when I made first day out and shit like that, I turned myself in. Last time, turned myself in. So like, you know how the internet make that shit seem like, all right, I'm steady getting arrested. Hell nah, I turn myself in to get house arrest. Cool. Then I just turned myself in to take my time and get my house arrest band took off. That's how that went.
Right, because, I mean, and I'm not sure if this is true, but the story is that you get arrested with a silencer and a Glock with a switch and various drugs.
Yeah, that's what the charges said. I don't really, but you know how charges be like, all right, you could get, like, they just, like, it's just like, it was just like, how can I explain it? All right, so the slashes mean he got arrested with this or with this or with this. Not he got arrested with this and this and this and this. You know what I'm saying? It's like that shit said like silencer slash this slash this. Basically like that mean I could have either got arrested with the silencer or the laser or the ooh, you know what I'm saying? Or all of them, but they don't exactly mean, you know what I'm saying? I don't know how to explain that shit. I don't know what the fuck that gun had. Like I told you, that wasn't even my gun. You know what I'm saying? So that bitch could have had a silencer with all that. I don't know.
Okay, because they were saying that at one point you were on the run and you were dropping music while you were on the run.
Hell no. Hell no. Never ever been on the run. I seen that too though. You talking about the Trap Lil Ross shit. Yeah, hell no, I was never on the run.
Okay, because now that you mentioned that was gonna be my next question. Trap Lil Ross did a YouTube documentary on you guys. How'd you feel when you actually watched it?
I ain't never watched it.
Oh, you never watched it?
On my dead girl, I never watched 5 minutes of that shit. I always was told about it.
Right. And you said that you don't know anybody who's got one body, let alone 10 bodies.
Hell no. I don't, like I told y'all, I don't know not unless a motherfucker beat it, and you know what I'm saying, unless a motherfucker got charged for and beat it, but reality, I don't know not one nigga would ever kill nobody. I don't need to surround myself with that type of shit.
Right. And you actually said that, all of Lil Jeff's bars about murder is actually Call of Duty.
Exactly. What's on? Yeah.
Right.
Our favorite game, Warzone. Even my GTA, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, Warzone specifically though, for sure.
Well, you have a music video for King Draco.
Mm-hmm.
And you had 9 hats in that video.
Right.
And, people want to say, well, the 9 hats stand for 9 bodies.
Right.
You said that's just how many hats they had at the store at the time.
Exactly. I had 9 hats in the shop, because I told them like go buy all them bitches, you know what I'm saying? So if they had 20 hats, they had 20. But shit, they only had 9, so that's how that came. Like, you know what I'm saying? All right, it's cool, but you know, it's not. You see what I'm saying? Like, you see how this shit all working out in my favor? How I told you I fabricate that shit, and then like, all right, now the store only had 9, even better. You know what I'm saying? Now it's making this shit look real type shit, even though this shit really all the line fabricated.
I mean, how does it feel that all over the internet, people are putting all these murders on you, and the police are watching, and trying to put cases on you and so forth, and you're kind of playing along with it to a certain degree, but you don't quite know, I mean, because look, at the end of the day, everybody clout chases. Rappers clout chase, police clout chase, the feds clout chase,
Exactly.
It's not a coincidence that Diddy got
Females
locked up right after
chase.
Cassie lost it.
Exactly.
See what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah, females clout chase. Everybody's trying to be known for doing something big, especially when there is a big celebrity involved.
Yeah, that's the way.
And as you kind of grow, as you grow with your celebrity status, you're going to be a bigger target for everybody. So as these bars are coming out and the internet starts to create their own little versions of it, do you ever worry that it's going to catch up with you? Not if it's real, but just, end up having to deal with a bunch of bullshit just because of the songs.
Nah, see, with that being, like, I don't think I never had, like I told you, all this shit fake. So with that being said, I don't ever think I had to deal with that type of shit. I don't even speak that type of shit up, you know what I'm saying? I don't even, like, if you can't, I was around someone, knock on wood, you know what I'm saying? Because that type of shit, I don't really, like I told you, power of tongue, you know what I'm saying? So, like, I don't speak that type of energy, I don't wake up that type of energy, I don't never, you know what I'm saying? Like, for example, if I'm around a motherfucker and they got that type of energy, I remove myself. You won't be around me no more with that type of energy, you know what I'm saying? So, hell no, I don't really got no, like, ain't no comment for real towards that.
Well, the biggest song that you got is Don't Blink or Stare with Bloodhound Lil Jeff.
I'll say that's probably one of, me personally, I'd probably say 333. But Don't Blink or Stare, that one, like TikTok. Yeah, I see where you coming from. Yeah, I could agree on that.
Well, if you look at the numbers on Spotify, Don't Blink or Stare has 20 million streams.
Yeah, see, I ain't never know that. I never really looked at Spotify. I don't even know how to really read that shit, you know what I'm saying? But you just told me some shit. You taught me something.
How does that feel? Now that you heard it for the first time, 20 million people tune in to listen to that song.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy. I appreciate you for telling me some shit like that.
Well, I'll put it like this, just to take it in perspective. 2.6 million people live in Chicago. So that's almost like what? Like
That's like
8 Chicago's. Like every single human being.
I was gonna say that's 10 Chicago shit.
Like 10, yeah, like almost 10 Chicago's.
That's big as hell. 10 Chicago. That's big as hell. So yeah, I like that.
Right, because 333 with Lil Jeff is at 11 million streams.
That's on Spotify.
Yeah.
So what's that? 5 Chicago's.
About that.
Yeah. 5.6, something like that.
Now, both of those songs were done when Jeff was still alive?
Yeah. See, Don't Blink, for people don't know, Don't Blink Estelle. Don't Blink Estelle was like, how can I explain? That was a song that was never supposed to get, like I told you. Man, when I told you I was rapping Lil Jeff was alive, it's those type of songs will never get took serious, you know what I'm saying? Like, I never, so it's like, all right, with Don't Blink Estelle. My big cousin had some, my big brother, my big cousin, they had some hoes pulling up. All right, so we about to leave, but he told me like, man, just bullshit real quick so we can kick with these little hoes and then we gone. So I'm like, all right. I told the engineer, I don't know if it was CJ. He took it over. I don't know if it was CJ or what. I think it was my boy CJ. Shout out CJ, produced by 1204. So I told him like, man, put this beat on. Cool. Put the beat on. I said some little shit. C4, C.O. Cheer, my boy. Shout out my boy, C.O. Cheer. He now I walk out the studio. I like how that shit sound for them on some playing shit. Nah, matter of fact, I ain't even walk out the studio. He came in there with me. Hold on, let me say something real quick. He said, what the fuck he say? You see me. Then I said, got me super. He said, Yerko the Zen got me super friend, no opposite dancer. He said, I know Brusky got the wheel. I want you to drive. We get an op submit shoes and watch some scuba dive. I'm damn. I'm like, y'all trying to take this shit serious. After that, Lil Jeff come in. Oh shit, these niggas just made. They just turned this song to a real song. Mind you though, I never took this song serious. Like, on top of that song, nobody know for real that song not even done. Like, that song was never done. I was gonna add some on there, but I'm like, man, fuck it. That's when the internet, that's when the elites came out. The internet got a hold of it. They started liking that shit. I'm damn. They just turned the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? Fucking around, they just turned that shit into something serious. And I'm out there, that's how that shit went. But on Everything I Love, that song was never a real song. That shit was never supposed to get taken serious. That shit was probably never even gonna drop. I'm out there,
I mean, that's crazy because when I heard it, like, that beat was like, oh, okay, like, there's something here. And then when you guys start rapping on it, I'm like, and I see what you mean, because like some of the verses are a little bit offbeat. It almost sounds like a rough version.
Yeah, you can tell. Like that's probably the only song with my voice even like that. So that's why I couldn't add more to it, because I'm like, man, I don't even know if I can make my voice like that again. Because I was going to add something to it. This after Lil Jeff died too. So like, I ain't never really had that energy since my brother died. You know what I'm saying? Like, that energy, him being around, and you feel me? I never really, so it's like, man, I can't fuck that up. I'm gonna just leave it how it is type shit.
Yeah, I mean, now 333, that's with Lil Jeff also. Was that a song you guys did when he was live?
Nah, hell yeah. Both of them songs he did when he was live, and this done at the same studio. And like I said, recorded by CJ. Shout out my boy on my dead ground. So how that song came about, I found the beat and shit. I'm like, all right, I like this bitch. And then I'm like, all right, I can't do this shit myself. Told Lil Jeff and Lil School hop. Nah, matter of fact, I told Lil Jeff hop on it, and shit, Lil School found it. He hopped on it right after Lil Jeff, and that's how that shit went. You know what I'm saying? Now that was a song that was getting took serious. But like I said, that was a song. Now that song right there, like, that was probably gonna be the only song I dropped and took serious before me taking this shit serious now. Cause I'm like, man, that shit raw as fuck. I'll put them around and saying that shit raw as hell, shit like that.
Okay, so at what point do you guys sign to Lil Bibby? Because Lil Jeff, he signed to Lil Bibby, Grade A?
Yeah, he was signed to him. And then I signed to them, I ain't like, after Brusky died, Bibby and White Sean, Bibby and White Sean, shout out them, shout out G Money, shout out AML. They basically like came and like kinda, you know what I'm saying? Like, basically, they seen something in me I ain't seen myself. So they pushing me and shit. Besides my big brothers, they push me behind this shit. Then they put money behind this shit. You know what I'm saying? Shit. Well, young nigga don't like money. You know what I'm saying? Especially a nigga like me who didn't think. I never once in life thought I was gonna get money off rap. I never once in life wanted to make $1 off rap. So for them to come with me with that shit, and then basically like put me in a different environment to basically like, you know what I'm saying, show me like, basically they showed me a nigga, somebody cared about me out here, you know what I'm saying? So they pushed me and shit like that, put this shit behind me. And then that's when I signed to them. I think I signed to them before I dropped Make It Fire or right after I dropped Make It Fire. But like basically, what I'm trying to get at is when they signed me, I didn't even have no real, like, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, so for them to do some shit like that, obviously they seeing something maybe I ain't seeing myself. Basically, like I signed to them before I blew up, basically, you know what I'm saying? So like for them to do some shit like that, it got somewhere, for sure.
I mean, look, me and Lil Bibby go back like 10 years. Like that's my man. Like we've done multiple interviews. In fact, next time you talk to Lil Bibby, ask him how many millions of dollars he made after I taught him about stocks.
Okay, I got you.
Ask him that.
Right.
Ask him that.
I might need you to tell me some shit about that.
All right. Well, we'll exchange numbers.
All right, bet.
We'll exchange numbers. But I gave like Bibby, I sat down with him and showed him how I do my stock shit. And then he just went off and did it on his own, and he made millions of dollars off that shit.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah, Bibby for sure. He a smart man. I ain't gonna
No,
lie.
he's hella smart.
Yeah,
I mean, he signed Juice WRLD.
Yeah, that's one of the smartest niggas I know. I don't about. He's hey, I got utmost respect for Broski. Him and White Sean and G Money. I got the utmost respect for him. I ain't gonna lie.
Lil Bibby's solid, man. I'm gonna say that. I'm gonna say that right now. All my dealings with Bibby have always been solid, every single time. You know, nothing wishy-washy. Like if he said he's gonna do it, he's gonna do it. Like he's always a man of his word. Great business sense. And look, like Bibby was kind of a hot rapper. Him and G Herbo were partners, and he had a real demand for his music. And he was like smart enough to say, "Yo, I'm gonna leave this alone to focus on the business side." And then he blew up way bigger on the business side, than the rapping side. You know, not a lot of people could do that while they're still buzzing as a rapper. You see what I'm saying? Like he actually did that shit, and that's always impressed me. What was the story with Lil Jeff signed to Bibby though? Before you?
What you mean? That was like some real rap shit. You know what I'm saying? Like you know what I'm saying? Brushkin them singing something with Lil Jeff and shit. They put that money behind him and invested into him, and it worked out. Like I say, Bibby them, Bibby White Sean, they probably the first niggas to show us like this shit bigger than the streets. You know what I'm saying? Like you could get somewhere with this shit for sure. They showed us this shit, and that's why I even started rapping. Like the reason I started taking rap serious, because I seen like, all right, I got the chance to give me and my niggas, me and my family, me and my mama, me and everybody I love in life, I got the chance to get them to give us the life we deserve. All the shit we been through, I got the chance to finally do that shit, you know what I'm saying? Because at first it was Lil Jeff, and like not saying I looked at like, oh, that's how I looked at him, like, you know what I'm saying? I didn't look at him like a way out, none of that shit, you know what I'm saying? But I feel like I got the chance to finally I could give us the life we deserve. All the shit we been through, we deserve this shit. We deserve this life. We deserve to have fun, you know what I'm saying?
Juice WRLD became one of the biggest rappers out of Chicago. Like, not only was he a superstar on his own, but he was also doing songs like Eminem, and he had a joint album with Future and everything else like that. But, you know, and me and Bibby did an interview about this, and he was telling me how Juice WRLD's drug addiction was out of control by the time he died. You know, he was saying how if guys were doing drugs, you know, we're taking one pill, Juice WRLD would be taking 10 pills. And every song was about drugs. And the way he died, I think, what is he, like 21 years old or something like that? Or he was a kid damn near.
I don't really know how old Juice was when he died. I know he was young though, for sure.
Let's take a look. How old was Juice WRLD? He was 21.
Damn.
And
I mean, you know, that's crazy. That nigga was talented as fuck at 21. I'm out dead.
Hella talented.
One of the most talented. I'm out dead.
Right, and he has like 100 songs
my
still,
head
still
up.
in the
How the
vault.
fuck, damn, At 21, you that, like, that's crazy. That's crazy.
Right, because you're 20 right now?
Yeah, I'm 20.
Yes, that's 1 year older than you.
Exactly.
And he died because of, you know, he was on a private plane, the police were about to search the plane, so he ended up like swallowing a bunch of the drugs, overdosed, died right there on the plane. Now, you yourself, there was a video where you were snorting a perk.
No, that wasn't no perk. Hell no.
What was it?
That shit was like, you know, like the movies be having like little powder form, shit that don't, you know what I'm saying? It was like that type of shit. That was a publicity stunt.
So that was just fake?
Yeah, hell yeah.
Well, I'm gonna say this.
But what you was about to say about it?
Well, what I want to say is that, you know, over the years, I've interviewed maybe about 5 people that died from drug overdoses.
Damn.
So, you know, you're signed to somebody whose biggest artist died from a drug overdose. So as you go through this game and you make more money and you get more fame and you can start affording girls.
You can start affording your habits.
You can afford whatever you want. People are giving you shit. I'm just gonna say, just try to be careful when it comes to this right here.
I got you.
If that was fake, cool. You got everyone. Cool. You fooled the whole world. But I'm just saying that as you go on with your career and you have a long life ahead of you, you have a long career ahead of you, really be careful about this side of things because it's easy to get addicted. And especially when you have money and you're around and other rappers are doing it and so forth, before you know it, you're a junkie. And before you know it, you start to OD. And I've interviewed multiple people that have OD'd and luckily have made it. But like, for example, with me, one of my close friends overdosed and died off cocaine when he was 23. Like, I went to his funeral and I'm like,
sorry for your loss.
I remember sitting at the funeral saying, I'm never going to do cocaine or anything similar to that. You know, no heroin, no crack, nothing else like that. I don't pop pills. So that taught me my lesson. So I'm just going to say, as someone who's, more than twice your age, as you get into this game, if you could try to avoid that, man, your life is going to be way better.
Okay, I get you.
And I'm telling you out of real concern.
Yeah, I appreciate you telling me that.
It's easy, and also like, you see dudes like Fredo Santana, who sometimes, we're getting high just to deal with the trauma and the pain. And, you yourself, you've dealt with a lot of loss and you've never gone to therapy. You've never really gotten those feelings out. And a lot of times people will use drugs to just sort of numb the pain because it's too hard. You see what I'm saying?
I see what you're saying. You ain't telling no lies.
Yeah. And, and someone who, and I've gone to therapy for years, I've had therapists, if at some point, I would suggest just sitting down with someone and start unpacking some of your feelings, because it's real easy to, when you don't deal with that type of trauma, it comes out in other ways.
Mm-hmm.
And you have a bright future ahead of you, and you're not even 21 yet. You can't even legally drink. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And you got a lot. Like, I'm 51, and people think, oh yeah, I'm an old head or whatever. Like, this is the best time of my life. I'm rich, I'm stable, I have homes.
Healthy.
I have a family,
Mm-hmm.
I can go wherever I want, I can travel, I fly first class, I go to Dubai, I go to Paris. Like, there's a long future ahead of you. And you've lost a lot of people. Like, imagine if you and Jeff were around right now, really celebrating all this. Both you guys are signed to Bibby, and then you guys are dropping albums and everything else like that. Like, it would be a whole lot better with both of y'all together. But unfortunately, you have to do it on your own. But just try not to get caught up in this life, because it's easy. It's easy.
Right. Okay.
You dropped a new mixtape.
Mm-hmm.
Long Live My Brother. He probably killed your brother.
Mm-hmm.
So the album cover has you, and that's Lil Jeff in the background?
Yeah.
Now, why is he holding up a house?
I don't know. I think that was just like the design, you know what I'm saying, made it look, you know what I'm saying? Only thing I really wanted on there was I wanted him on there somehow, some way, and I wanted like the fire, like I wanted all the fire behind me and shit like that. That's what I wanted on there. But like everything else was kind of like the designer the designer, like, you know what I'm saying, his ideas. And shout out him too. I fuck with him for that. I like that. I like how it came out.
Right. So you got Jeff in the background. You got a house in one hand and the dog tags in his hand.
Yeah.
And then you got the Rolex on with the other hand, and then you got all the gravestones behind you, the crosses. And then you're holding what looks like a Draco, and you got the chain.
Right.
Now, why that title?
That's just something I always say before my songs, like a little slogan I came up with. Like, that was just something I knew I had to do. Like, that's something I wanted to do when I started rapping. Like, I got to come up with something catchy that's gonna catch their attention, and that's what I came up with.
There was a bunch of rumors that said that you were there when Lil Jeff got killed.
Yeah, rumors, but nah.
Okay, so this project got some features on it. And the biggest is Lil Tjay. How'd you guys link up?
He reached out to me, basically, like, you know what I'm saying? And, like, you know what I'm saying, we locked it in. Ever since then, he kind of like showed that he cared about a nigga, you know what I'm saying? Told me about the ins and outs of this shit, told me what to watch out for, told me what to look forward to. And I kind of like looked at him as like a brother at that point, he kind of like a, you know what I'm saying, fuck kinda, that's my big brother, you know what I'm saying? I got real love for broski, love the fuck out of him. Cause like him and ESTG, I'm two niggas who ain't had to do what they had to do. Like, them two niggas who ain't had to give me the knowledge, and two niggas who ain't had to fuck with me how they fuck with me. You know what I'm saying? They could have just been like any other rapper and said, fuck me, you know what I'm saying? But they reached out to me, and ever since then, it's been real love, you know what I'm saying?
I mean, Lil Tjay got some big ass songs, like Pop Out, with Polo G is at like 1 billion views.
Yeah, I ain't like, he got way more. It's a lot of shit he got like that. His latest song, Apex, that's probably one of my favorite songs. He got this shit, what's that shit, what the fuck that shit called? At Body Drop all the time, they don't feel nothing. That song, it's a lot of shit he got, but yeah, for sure.
All right, so, yeah, I mean, I was kind of surprised because, when I saw that feature, I'm like, all right, I'm going to assume that Lil Bibby just made a call to try to get a big name on that mixtape, but you're saying that he actually reached out to you.
Yeah, we got a real relationship, me and TJ. But don't get me wrong, Bibby do he do that for me. Like, for sure, he do reach out and, like, you know what I'm saying, stand on business for me, for sure. But I'm trying to see. I don't remember exactly how it was, but I know for a fact, have it happen. Cause I think Bibby did link us, but I don't think so. I know however it happened though, me and him, we end up getting numbers and we done talk every day now. You know what I'm saying? Like, literally probably every day.
TJ's dope, man. Like, that's a real win for you right there.
Yeah. That's why I said him and G-Ski, them probably, like, I say, majority of our conversations not even about rap shit, you know what I'm saying? It's just them checking on the nigga. We talking about regular shit, we talk about hoes, I tell them about my little bitches, like my situation I got going on with my bitch at the time. Shit like that, like we talk about real shit, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I say majority of our conversation not even about rap shit, and that's what formed the connection between me and them. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of these rap niggas, I keep it strictly rap with them. I don't wanna get to know you, I want you to get to know me, but with broski, it's real love for them, I ain't gonna lie. I look at them like, you know what I'm saying? Like, my real niggas for real. For sure.
Well, then there is Von Off 1700.
Yeah, that's my boy. That's my brother.
Yeah, I mean, he's buzzing right now too.
Yeah.
CEO Trail is on it.
Yeah.
We've interviewed him before, I think. He's been on Vlad TV. Then you got Scrooly G. Rel Vert. And of course, Bloodhound Lil Jeff.
Right. Yeah, that's all of them.
How many songs with Jeff on it? Hold on, let me count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 songs out of 14 have Lil Jeff on it.
And then like them songs right there, that's them the songs that we was making before I took rap serious that was really never supposed to get took serious.
Oh, okay. So these were like kind of half finished songs.
Nah, not even half finished. They was finished. It's just songs that was never like I never really thought I was gonna take serious. You know what I'm saying? Like these, like I remember him telling me he wanted me to drop a tape. This one I wasn't even rapping, but he wanted to drop a tape. Me and him, it was gonna be like a little collab tape. Call it the Hardy Boys. That was gonna be my first tape name. Like this tape, it was gonna be called the Hardy Boys, but I had to like it wasn't no joint tape. But them songs was built. That's what they was building up to. Cause Lil Jeff, like I ain't gonna lie, when he was taking rap, he wanted me to take rap serious. Like he was trying to make me take rap serious. Like when he going to these bigger labels and like meeting with labels, he playing our songs. You know what I'm saying? Trying to get my name. You know what I'm saying? But it's just I just never really cared for it. You know what I'm saying? That was him and Vert. You know what I'm saying? I wanted them to. I was behind them type shit.
Well, you have a song called Hardy Boys.
Right.
Okay. And the Hardy Boys, I mean, that's like an old school TV show.
That's Matt Hardy and Jeff Hardy from WWE.
Oh, okay. Okay, but there's another Hardy Boys. Hold on.
I ain't never know that.
Hold on. Yeah, here we go. So there's a TV. Hold on. Okay, so here we go. So the Hardy Boys is a set of books that came out a long time ago, like in the 50s to the 70s. The Hardy Boys Mysteries. It's a whole bunch of books about like it's kind of like a Sherlock Holmes kind of thing, where like these two kids solve all these crimes and everything else like that. So that's another meaning of it. So do you have a bunch of Lil Jeff vocals on deck for like your next project, or is this pretty much all the Lil Jeff stuff that you have?
Yeah, I got some more songs, so that's that I ain't dropped yet. Hell yeah.
Okay. And I mean, this is not your album. This is just a mixtape.
Right.
Okay. So when did this drop? This was like a day or two ago?
What's today? Third? It dropped yesterday. Like
yesterday.
Right. Yeah, like yesterday midnight night. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like actually, it dropped 11 p.m. April 1st. So basically like midnight.
Okay. Yeah, like a couple days ago.
Right.
So I mean, and you've had songs up to this point, but this is your first real mixtape.
Right.
So how did it feel to actually put out a project with, 14 songs as opposed to just shooting out singles?
I don't really feel no type of big way about it. It's like, all right, this is what I gotta do. Like I'm looking at like a job type shit, you know what I'm saying? Like I told you, I don't really sit down and think about like you know what I'm saying? But it's like it feel good to drop it and see the support, but as far as like dropping my first project, I don't really know how, like I don't see the bigness in it, you know what I'm saying? I feel like it's just something I'm supposed to do. Like I live life like I don't really care about getting praised or congratulated about shit I supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? Like this is what I supposed to do. So it's like I fuck with I love the support and shit like that though. It made me feel good, but yeah, that's my answer for that.
Like with your legal situation right now, are you able to do shows?
Yeah, I could start doing shows now. Yeah, I got shows on the way for sure.
Okay, have you done shows already?
No.
You've never done a show? So you've never performed on stage? Like, did you like do a guest spot? Nothing?
No.
Okay, are you nervous about doing your first show?
Yeah. I won't say nerves, but I'll say like, I'll probably say excited. I'm excited to do a first show though, for sure.
Hey man, there's nothing wrong with saying you're nervous, in front of a big crowd. I mean, That's something you got to get used to, you
exactly.
know? It doesn't make you soft saying that I'm nervous doing my first show. I mean, I'm nervous when I get in front of a crowd.
Right.
It just is what it is. I mean, are you concerned about doing shows in Chicago or like Gary, Indiana, or this particular region just because of the potential of the type of music you do and so forth and,
Yeah, nah. I don't really live life in fear. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like when you live life like that, something bound to happen, but hell no. Shit, I want to do my first show in Chicago, if anything.
Well, yeah, I mean, but I've interviewed a lot of Chicago rappers who actually can't do shows in Chicago. Like the
Right.
police, I think like Lil Durk, back in the day when I used to interview him, I think he may have even said that, how like he's not allowed to do shows in Chicago. You know, police would tell him like, you know, if you book this show, we're going to shut it down before it starts. I mean, later on, once he got bigger, he was able to do like the arenas and so forth. But, you know, you see a lot of situations with Chicago rappers that can't perform in Chicago.
Right.
Are you booked to do shows in Chicago?
I don't know. I ain't really. I got like a little booking agency, but I don't really be into all that. Like I don't really know about it for real.
So do you know when your first show is? Do you have a booking for your first show?
No, I know I got a show coming up. Like I know it's about to happen, but I don't know when or where. I know it's getting put in the works type shit.
Yeah. I mean, you do know that as a rapper, most of your money will come from shows.
Yeah, that's what I was just told recently. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you know, the streams are cool, and you know, the YouTube views are cool, and you know, but the label will get a piece of that because you know they still got to recoup all the money they put in. But when it comes to the show money, that's going to be all you. So when you look at all the hot rappers, they're always on the road. They're show to show to show to show to show. I mean, are you looking forward to that type of life?
Yeah, for sure. I know I'm supposed to be. I ain't even gonna put that out. I know. End of this summer, though, I got some shit going on with my peoples. I'm supposed to be a guest on a tour that's coming up. I ain't gonna say who or when. I mean, I ain't gonna say who, but you feel me? I know it's about to happen though. It's about to start happening for sure.
I mean, look, man, the first time you take that stage and the crowd is singing along to your lyrics and that type of thing, like you're gonna see that's a whole different level of this game that you haven't experienced yet. You know, so I look forward to having you, you know, go through that.
Yeah.
Okay, so you dropped the mixtape. What's next?
Now I'm working towards that album. I'm about to drop my first album soon. I've been working. It's coming.
Is there an album title?
No. I'm gonna figure it out for sure though, but really right now I'm working on getting the songs made and shit, like so I could come out with all new shit. You know what I'm saying? Shit that ain't nobody heard before.
I mean, are there any features that you have already that you're not putting on the mixtape that you're saving for the album?
It's features getting put in the works. For sure.
Is there like if you could pick 3 rappers to put on your album, who would they be?
Doug, 42 Doug, ESC, and shit, probably TJ.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's a good list.
Yeah, them. Shit. I'll do some with Youngboy too. Yeah, but realistically, EST, 42 on TJ.
Let me tell you a little fact about Youngboy that I learned yesterday. Hold on, let me pull up my notes. So, Youngboy is now the most successful rapper of the last 10 years because he has 8 platinum albums.
Damn. That's crazy.
And if you think about it, he's had no big singles. He's not on any playlists. He doesn't tour because he's been, you know, on house arrest or locked up this whole time. Doesn't really get a bunch of big features either. It's really just him putting out music himself with no promotion. It's just he has this fan base that just fucks with him no matter what.
Exactly.
And I just feel like if there's anybody to model after in terms of rap, like Youngboy, I feel there's like no one like that. To be able to put out whatever music you want, not caring if it's a radio single or even, you know, he doesn't even have a lot of music videos. But to have eight platinum albums is crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, do you feel like working with Youngboy and, you know, when you look at Youngboy's beef with like Dirk and you know, how people say that he can't potentially do a song in Chicago, do a show in Chicago and so forth. Would you care about that, or does it not matter to you?
Yeah, no, I don't give no fuck. I don't got shit to do with me.
What's the story with you and Billionaire Black?
Ain't really no story. I don't really know his ass. Honestly.
Okay. But wasn't there some sort of friction between y'all?
Hell no. I never, still to this day, hell no. I never knew his ass, never even felt like I was in tour with him, you know what I'm saying? That ain't somebody I wake up and think about. That ain't somebody I go to sleep thinking about. That ain't nobody I live thinking about. I ain't gonna lie, that's really nobody to me. I ain't gonna lie.
I mean, look, like, I don't know, like, who you have around you, but whoever it is, I feel like really sat you down and told you how to do interviews and told you how to navigate and how to answer questions.
Believe it or
and not crash out.
Believe it or not, cause like the people surrounded around me, none of them never really did no rap shit, you know what I'm saying? Like nobody like my big brothers and shit like that, none of them shit, you know what I'm saying? We all learning this shit together, you know what I'm saying? It's just like I'm not stupid, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm aware, you feel me? Like, now don't get me wrong. The people I fuck with that's like rap, like the rappers I fuck with, don't get me wrong, they definitely told me like, man, this, that, and third, but nobody really gave me like I don't say this, don't answer this, like it's really up to me type shit, you know what I'm saying?
So you and Bibby never had a conversation like this?
Nah, no.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, Lil Bibby, he's seen it. He's seen the ups and the downs. And, it wouldn't be a bad idea to just sit down with him one of these days and just kind of, just peep game.
Right.
Especially since you're signed to him.
Right.
Well, Q50, man, I appreciate you coming in. I feel like you got a bright future ahead of you. Just my advice is just kind of stay out the way, focus on your work. Don't focus on the bullshit. I know that a lot of times, especially in the type of music you do, you go a lot more viral by, talking about your ops and, dissing people and doing a bunch of shit. But in the long term, that doesn't work out.
Exactly.
And like when you look at, for example, like Foolio again, like Foolio's biggest song was when he was dissing Young and Ace and all the dead people around him. But ultimately, it's those types of songs that led to his death. So yeah, you could shine bright and then you burn out. When you look at all the people that really have had long careers, like a Chief Keef, for example. Chief Keef was the first one to really blow out of Chicago in this whole movement, and he just went to Calabasas. He moved out of Chicago. He stayed out the way. You never really hear about no bullshit that Chief Keef gets into, and he's really, you could say, he's sort of the biggest rapper out of Chicago.
Yeah, you gotta think about it though. As I'm going on with life, like as I'm starting to see more shit, go out of town, shit like that, now I got more shit I can rap about. You feel me? So now I can rap about seeing this, going here, taking this flight, meeting with this person, getting this type of money, you know what I'm saying? It's like I'm doing a lot of shit in life I never did before. That's like, you know what I'm saying? I could now I got the life where I could talk about a lot of more shit which is coming, you know what I'm saying? I definitely got a lot of music where it's like, you know what I'm saying? You gon' okay, I see. You feel me?
Yeah. And I mean, my other advice is, once you get off papers and you can move around, try to move out of Chicago. When you look at all the bullshit that happens, and I don't know if you ever watched my interviews with Boosie, but he brought up a term that everyone mentions called hypnotized with hatred. He said that most rappers get killed in their hometown because people around them get hypnotized with how successful they are and they are not. See what I'm saying? Seeing someone like you, they may have gone to school with you, you guys may have been cool at one point. They see you got a deal, you got songs with 20 million streams, you got jewelry, you got girls. And that always reminds them about how they don't have any of that. And they start getting more and more mad to the point where they want to kill you. just because of their own, their own insecurities and the fact that they didn't make it. And, and that's why Boosie, he moved out of Baton Rouge. He just said, forget it. I'm done. I'm not going to keep doing this. He moved to Atlanta, bought a big house, bought a bunch of land, and he's been chilling ever since. Mm-hmm. But going back home, he always had problems. And when you look at most of the big rappers, man, they move out of their cities. I mean, Lil Durk was living in Atlanta at the time.
Right.
Chief Keef moved to Calabasas. Boosie moved to Atlanta. A lot of rappers moved to LA. A lot of rappers moved to Miami. Because at the end of the day, if they can't touch you, they can't hurt you. Mm-hmm. And when you go out of town, and I've just seen it happen too often. Like, me and FBG Duck, we had a couple different interviews, and I told him, I said, you should move. Your brother just got killed, you've gotten stabbed, and he's like, no, I'm good, I know how to move. He gets killed. Mo3, same story. I'm like, yo, you're into a bunch of shit, you and Yellow Beezy are constantly going at it. You should move out. Like, nah, I'm good. No one's trying to chase me down. Someone chased him down and killed him. Mm-hmm. Like, it happens over and over again. I've interviewed at this point 21 people, 21 rappers who have all died violently. 21, most of them in their 20s and 30s. Mm-hmm. And the last thing I want is for that to happen to you, because you really have an opportunity that you didn't even know you were going to have, because this wasn't even your dream. You just kind of, by being around Lil Jeff and so forth, you got put in this opportunity. But now you got to run with it. Mm-hmm. Because these opportunities don't happen all the time. This is not, like, what you're going through right now is not going to keep happening over and over again. Like this is special. You're in a privileged situation. You got Bibby around you, who's solid, who's going to try to look out, who has money, but at the end of the day, you're going to determine how well you're going to do. And I feel like you're dope. You got some really great songs, and you got people that fuck with you. You got great features. You got producers. You got fans. Once you start doing shows and start experiencing it, man, I think that you're gonna really see how serious this shit is, and how special you truly are, man. So I appreciate you doing the interview, man. Wish you all the best.
Appreciate it.
That's what it is. Until next time. Peace.
All right.